Hi everyone, Jonathan Hoffman here. Hope everybody's safe and well. I'm going to be bringing you your weekly Devar Torah on Parshas Bo, and I'll be reading a little excerpt from a book called Torah Connections by Rabbi David Rossman, who was the director of the Beis Medrash program at Esha Torah Yeshiva in Jerusalem. So let's get right into it. Today we'll be speaking about the rarely performed mitzvah of Pidyon Haben, which I actually had the fortune of performing over my son when he was when he was 30 days old. And the mitzvah first appears in this week's Parsha. So the mitzvah of the Pidyon Haben, redeeming of our firstborn, it occurs at the end of the Parsha, Shmos 13:15, when it says, Hashem killed every firstborn in Egypt, from the firstborn of man to that of animal. Therefore, I offer to Hashem every firstborn male, and all my firstborn sons I will redeem. The Torah then continues in Parshas Bamidbar 3:13, for all the firstborn belong to me. On that day I smote all of the firstborn in Egypt. I sanctified all the firstborn of Israel to me. Thus, the sanctity of the firstborn stems from Makas Bechoros. So, Rashi explains that the firstborn in Bnei Israel should have been killed in Makas Bechoros as well, as we see in the story of Lot, when a particular plague strikes a group or place, even the righteous are swept up in the punishment. So since Hashem saved the Jewish firstborns, he acquired them, and he sanctified them, and as a result of their sanctification, they were originally intended to perform the sacrificial service in the Mishkan and in the Beis Hamikdash. However, after participating in the sin of the golden calf, the Bechorim lost that responsibility to the Leviim, who were not involved in that terrible tragedy. The Torah actually describes how the transfer took place. So Moshe counted all the Leviim, and they totaled 22,000, and the Bechorim counted 22,273. So for each one of those 22,000, one was redeemed for the other, and then for the remaining 273, they redeemed themselves by paying Aaron 5 shkalim each. So Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky, the great Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky, asks a basic question on this. If the Pidyon Haben removes the firstborn's sanctity, their kedusha, so he can operate in this world, and removes that responsibility for the avoda, why do we make such a big celebration out of it? Shouldn't we mourn the baby's lost holiness? So, and he goes on to explain, prior to his redemption, the firstborn is separate from this world, destined for a life of complete spirituality and dedication to Hashem. But Hashem wants us to use our spirituality in order to uplift the mundane. That's what we do with every bracha we say. So this process begins at Pidyon Haben. We remove the child from a world of pure spirituality and bring him into a world in which he will have to improve himself until his soul prevails over his body and fulfills his ultimate purpose. So it's an extremely joyous occasion, being able to bring up a child into this type of environment. But since this new job is extremely difficult, we give him a bracha of Yiras Shamayim, that he should not have fear of Hashem, of which he will never succeed. The Bechor thus highlights the Jew's purpose, to bring spirituality into this world, sanctifying the mundane. An interesting idea that he brings is the word Bechor, Beis, Chaf, Resh, hints at this concept, because each of the letters, if you look at the gematria, Beis is 2, Chaf is 20, and Resh is 200. So each is increased by a factor of 10. So Rav Rossman calls this doubling, but it symbolizes like an addition and a constant enhancement. So the Bechor teaches us that every Jew here is to add and multiply Kedusha in this world. So just like in the Pidyon Haben, we should all use this Shabbos to bring up our spirituality over the physical and the mundane and have a enlightened Shabbos. Good Shabbos, everyone.